Okay guys, here is interesting fact. See this pure virtual function? Well, actually there is terminology here. Terminology for primary class or any class where you have pure virtual functions. So these type of classes are abstract classes. Now make a mental difference. We are talking about classes here. So abstract classes, pure virtual functions. Let me repeat. Every time when you have pure virtual functions inside a class, general name for those classes are abstract one. Okay? So here's why. Down there you are forced to get into implementation details. So you cannot do something like call, and this is characteristic of abstract classes. You cannot call this method, this function from that thing. Let me type that in practice. So primary class is like target, and on top of that we are creating object. Okay, so if you say object dot and you try to run that thing, then you will run into errors, because at line 27 we cannot declare variable object, so we cannot have object to be of abstract type primary. So it is automatically recognized by our editor that we are trying to use something, and that something is created in such a way that is implemented in details somewhere else. So the whole purpose of this line is just to be like a mental note that you have something, and in other piece of code you need to develop it more. So abstract class where you have pure virtual functions. But the moment when you remove this like pure virtualness, when you say that you have some kind of border, that means you have some kind of intention to maybe get into details here. But that's kind of stupid, because then we're not talking about pure virtual functions anymore. This is now just normal virtual function. So pretty much this stuff doesn't have a usage, because down there now if you try to run this code, you will see some stuff on a screen. Actually program will compile, code will compile, but you will not see usable result on a screen. So virtual functions, if they are not pure, are pretty much useless. Well, at least in some cases, because right now you can run this stuff, but it's completely not usable. So to prevent that type of behavior, just remove these brackets and say 0 here with semicolon at the end, and the moment when you do that, this class will become abstract one and not just like a normal class. And then you need to go into every one of these sections and think about details, what these individual functions will do, because these things are individual. Yes, they do have a same name, that's fine, but they will do different operations. This is just simple printing on a screen, but in your case, over time, you can create complicated like methods with the same name. So right now, you cannot run this code here with one object. See? Problem. Okay, that's just a quick note, nothing special, just a new terminology where we have learned about that abstract class thing. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you in next tutorial.